Okay, good morning. Welcome to this live session today. We'll be talking about plot sizes in Abuja, and it's a series of understanding real estate in Abuja. I realize that a lot of people still are very skeptical about how real estate should be done or is in the city of Abuja. A lot of people still are, and more so, there's a caliber of people who are new into the real estate space. They are first time buyers, first time investors, and all that they know is the bad news that has revolved around the real estate space in Abuja for a long period of time. So, understanding this will definitely douse that fear of investing in real estate. Today, we're talking about the different plot size, the kind plot sizes in Abuja and what most of them are approved for, and for tomorrow, looking at the prototypes, kinds of prototypes for these plot sizes. But for today, we'll just look at plot sizes that are conversants that are very, very popular or you hear a lot in the city of Abuja. Okay, so something happened again. I hear this a lot, especially with people who were first in Eastern Nigeria and then left the country or are still in the East and are looking to, because Abuja is fast becoming one of the best places to invest for real estate in Nigeria, and many people want to get in on it early enough. So they have questions, right? A lot of questions that they have regarding Abuja because in Enugu, for instance, where I used to practice and do real estate before relocating to Abuja, you hear things like full plot, half plot, full plot, half plot, full plot, half plot. But when you come to Abuja, you're hardly going to hear full plot, half plot, full plot, half plot. That thing caused a whole lot of issues, especially for people coming to the East. You hear things like 60 by 100, 50 by 100. A particular scenario back then, somewhere in the East. So you won't believe this, but it actually happened. When the client was taken for an inspection in the East, a client was taken for an inspection, and this client literally came with a measuring tape to actually measure the land size and all. Another what I heard of that when they got to the site and the man started taking steps, that just a way to do it. They're like taking steps and counting it to verify the size of the land and all that, which is okay. It's your property, it's your land. It should be the actual size the developer or whoever is lending to you says it should be, right? And in some places, you hear a full plot is 500 square meters, a full plot is 600, a full plot is this, is that. I think I would go deeper into this by starting with what exactly is a plot of land? What exactly is a plot? A plot of land is simply a marked out, measured size of land that is designated for something. So if I map out just this little plot now, just a foot, and say I map out that plot and call it a flag stand, for instance, and I want to mount a flag there, that small measured piece is a plot of land. A plot of land is simply a land that's been measured out for a particular reason, for whatever reason. So it's not the size that makes it full or not. It's dependent on what it was measured out for. Now back to here in Abuja. So in Abuja, unlike other places where you hear full plot is 500 square meters, half plot is 250, full plot is 600, half plot is 300. No, in Abuja, there are plot sizes starting from 150 square meters all the way up to 150 square meters. And these plot sizes are full plots, all in their right. Yes, I said that right. You heard me. Each plot size is a full plot, rightfully a full plot for what it is meant to sit. Okay, it is a full plot because one time I made a video where I talked about a 150 square meter plot, and a friend of mine watched the video that's in the East, and then he called me and said, that is 150 square meter a full plot. That it's not a full plot. What can that one build? Well, in this session today, you're going to know what 150 square meters can actually. It's a full plot in its own. And for the conversation we'll be having today on telling you about plot sizes, I designed some things, and I'll be using plot sizes from a property here in Abuja that we're selling. It's Hutu exclusive here in Abuja, and it has plot size. I think it has literally all the plot size except for there are some plot sizes it does not have, right? But I'll use each plot size, say from this to this, and tell you what it is often used for. Then the next one, like that, like that. Are we ready? Okay, let's go on. So I'll go from start small and then we go big. In Abuja, when you hear 150 square meter plot, there's 150 square meter plots all the way up to 200, right? So we have the 150 square meter plots. Now, this is not the price of every 150 square meter plot across Abuja, of course. No, it is not. This is just the price of a 150 square meter plot in this particular estate, which is Hutu exclusive, right? So this is just the price of a 150 square meter plot there. So what are 150 square meter plots, or these plot sizes? They are approved for a certain kind of building, right? But we are not talking much about the prototype, the building prototype today. We'll talk about that in some other video. So from 150 square meters all the way, from 150 square meters all the way up to 200 square meter, it's a full plot size that is approved for terrace buildings. What are terrace buildings? You'll be looking at that in another video. But for once you see 150, 160, 170, 180, 190. I've not seen 190, but I've seen 160, I've seen 170, I've seen 180, I've seen 200. From all these plot sizes are often for terrace buildings, okay? So it's a full plot size approved for terrace buildings in Abuja, okay? They are approved for terrace buildings in Abuja. And after that, the next one you would see or you hear is, this is the 250 square meter plot, all right? So often from 200 to, in some cases, 320 or 300, it's often for, it's a full plot size approved for semi-detached duplexes. What's a semi-detached building or semi-detached duplexes? And also, it's also a good place to note, in some parts of Abuja where bungalows are still, for instance, there's one in Karachi where we have bungalows, we like to call it bungalow city. It's almost the same idea where this size is for bungalows staying next to each other. This size is for semi-detached bungalows. This size is almost the same idea. So for 250 square meters all the way up, these ones are for semi-detached duplexes. So when you see 250, when you see 280, if you see 300, often it is for semi-detached duplexes. It's a full plot size approved for semi-detached duplexes. It's full plot size for that reason. So if you hear that, if you're new to the Abuja real estate space and you want to invest and you're being told, oh, this, just understand that yes, there is a prototype for that particular plot. And also, if you're buying from an estate, it's even easier because it's been approved. Once you buy it, this is what you're going to build from it, except you're buying from, you're not buying from an estate. You may still need to, let's say you're buying a hectare or you're buying from somewhere that is not an estate at hand, then maybe you may need to go through some processes of parcellating your land and all of that. But if it's from an estate and they say to you that they are selling to you a 250 square meter plot, it is often for a semi-detached duplex. So 250, 260, 70, 280, 290, 300 are often for semi-detached. I've once seen 320 square meters for a semi-detached as well. But I've also seen 320 for a fully detached 4-bedroom duplex, right? Talking about fully detached, let's go on to the next plot size you would popularly see in Abuja. So now this is I'll start from 320 to 400 square meters. These plot sizes are often for fully detached duplexes. However, I haven't seen a 5-bedroom fully detached on a 350 before. I haven't. It's often for 4-bedroom fully detached duplexes. And I forgot to mention, for the 150 all the way to 200 square meters, it's starting from, on it you can see 3-bedroom terrace, 4-bedroom terrace, 5-bedroom terrace. We'll be talking about that tomorrow. Okay, and then that is what for 350, it's often for 4-bedroom, fully detached duplex, right? That is what it's for. So if you see 450, there's also 450. Now, these things are not cast in stone. It's not every developer or estate that offers this exact plot sizes. You can see 450 for a fully detached 4-bedroom or even 5-bedroom. 450, you can actually see that 450 square meters. And also you can see 450 square meters, like for instance, in this Hotel Exclusive, currently that plot size is not available right now in the market. The 450 was approved for 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom block of apartments, right? And in some other places approved for a 4-bedroom fully detached duplex. Okay, so the plot sizes depend on the developer and what they want to achieve. It could be for any of this, but often 450, 350 to 450 is for semi-detached, and 350 to 450 is for a 4-bedroom or fully detached duplex. It could be any size, but it's fully detached starts from 450. Let's get it rolling. Another plot size you see very well is 500 square meters for a 5-bedroom fully detached. I've also seen 600 square meters for a fully detached. Now, fully detached 5-bedrooms can also sit. I've seen 5-bedroom fully detached sitting on 800 as well. I've seen sitting on 700. I've seen sitting on 1,000. But depending on your compound space and if you're buying from an estate, what it has been approved for, this is what allows you to build whatever you want. So in some places, it's said that, oh, 1,000 is only for a 7-bedroom maisonette or 3-bedroom units of apartments, 3-bedroom flat units of apartments, right? It depends on the estate that you are buying from and what is obtainable. If you're buying a free land, a single plot of land, it's a different case. But I'm focusing now for those who are investing or buying from estates. So from 500 square meters upwards is for 5-bedroom duplexes, standalone duplexes with a large compound space. So you want a larger compound space, you increase the plot size. So you want larger compound space, look for an estate that's offering 600 square meters for a 5-bedroom duplex, or look for one that's offering 750 for a 5-bedroom, like that. Making sense? Another you'd see a lot is 750 square meters. Oftentimes it is, now it's important I say this. So if you look at this, you're seeing 750 square meter plot in Hotel Exclusive, and this one was approved for a 2-bedroom block of apartments it was approved for a 2-bedroom block of apartments in Hotel Exclusive, right? That is what it was approved for. However, you can also find 750 square meter plots that are approved for 3-bedroom units of apartments, 750 in some places, right? But like I said, standalones start from 500 square meters, start from 350 for 4, and then 5-bedroom starts from 500 square meter plots all the way up. But this particular one in this particular estate, 750 square meter plots is approved for a 2-bedroom block of apartments. There are also 750 square meter plots that are approved for 3-bedroom apartment block of apartments. Okay, and then there's 1,000 square meter plots. Here it's approved for a 3-bedroom block of apartment in some cases. And also in this particular estate, Hotel Exclusive, we have 1,000 square meter plots approved for 7-bedroom maisonettes. Okay, now it depends on what you're looking for. I've also seen 1,200 square meter plots for a 7-bedroom maisonette. I've seen 2,000 square meter plots, and it was approved for a 8-bedroom maisonette. So it depends on what you're looking for. All of these are obtainable and available. The idea of all this is that there are no half plots and full plots like it is in other parts of Nigeria. Or this one is a half plot, this one is a full plot. In Abuja, the first thing you need to understand is that each plot is a full plot designated for a type of building. It depends on what you are looking for. I'll reiterate. Each plot is a full plot depending on what you are looking for. If you want a terrace, 150 to 200 is a full plot designated for that cause. So that's it for today. Plot sizes. So we talked of 150 to 200, 250 to 300, 350 to 450, and 500 all the way up for standalones and all of that. This is the way it is in Abuja. Every plot size is a full plot designated for something. It depends on your need or what you're trying to achieve and all of that. If you have questions regarding plot sizes in Abuja, you do well to drop them in the comment section, and I will definitely answer them in another video or create something specifically to answer that question for you. Maybe you're wondering compound space, what's the portion of land I should build upon on my plot. Maybe if you have those questions, I'm likely going to answer them in another video. I can also say to you that we have this particular property I used today, Hutu exclusive for these plot sizes. It's selling really fast and it's located along the airport road axis. Plots are selling out fast and it is developing very, very, very fast. And it's actually something you should look into owning. It's going to be a massive project. If you're thinking of somewhere you can start off from, you can look at Hutu exclusive, located at Airport Road. Is an FCDAC of O property, and we have plot sizes like you have seen all the way starting from 150 square meters all the way up. Also, by the 31st of March, there will be a review in the price. It's going to be going up by 25%, right? It started off at 5.8, currently at 11.6 for a 150 square meter plot, and it's going to go up again by 25%. So this is a good time to lock in on plots there. We have amazing payment plans for you also. So if you want to lock in on that or you want to get in on the project, all you have to do is just, my phone number is in the description down below. Just call and would help you lock in on plots there. I hope you understood plot sizes in Abuja. Tomorrow we'll be talking about building prototypes. And if there's a comment or a reason to extend on plot sizes, we'll continue tomorrow. But if not, tomorrow we'll talk about building prototypes that are available in the city of Abuja. So like, come your way tomorrow. Have a great day. Have a blessed day. Stay productive. Stay amazing. Protect your energy and make a lot of money for yourself and for your generation to come. Just be amazing. See you in the next one. Bye for now.